What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. This is going to be a short important video on Bitcoin, the current market crash, manipulation in the markets, and why I believe we're still early to this bull market and we haven't seen the peak yet, which I do believe is going to be around 8 to 12 trillion crypto global market cap, and we're currently at 1.5, so I do believe there's still lots of growth to come. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified when I make new crypto videos. Alright guys, so we are seeing the market starting to stabilize. Bitcoin at $38,000. Altcoins did take a harder hit. We do have some people speculating that Bitcoin will still drop and crash again to $24,000 to $25,000. I don't believe that's going to happen though. I do think things have stabilized. A lot of people bought the dip here, and I do believe a lot of institutions are yet to buy Bitcoin. I did post about this yesterday, why I believe Facebook will be acquiring Bitcoin, probably revealing that after the end of Q2. So I'm going to go over some technical analysis stuff and fundamentals for Bitcoin, and why I believe we're still around the midpoint for this current bull market, and why I believe the crypto global market cap will see 8 to 12 trillion dollars at the peak of this current bull market. So checking the stock to flow model, we can see we're pretty early to this bull market. If history does repeat, we should be peaking out well above the stock to flow line at some point end of 2021, even early 2022. We do have to consider things are very different this time as well. We do have institutions buying heavily into Bitcoin for the first time ever. We do have major mass adoption for the first time ever. Last bull market, things fell apart so quickly. The crypto space was not prepared for this. I talk about this all the time. Binance was a new exchange at the time. They closed their doors. Coinbase was overrun with traffic. There just wasn't as many crypto platforms, and they just couldn't handle the mass retail FOMO here. So this time around, the crypto space is much more prepared, and I do believe we do have quite a bit of ways to go in this current bull market. We can see historically, previously, the last bull market did have major corrections as well. It did peak out here around $3,000 and dropping as low as $1,900 again. So a major correction there, a couple major corrections before we really had peak retail FOMO, where this did peak out, hitting nearly $20,000 Bitcoin and then correcting into the next bear market. So if history does repeat here, we should be peaking out around over $100,000 for sure, around $200,000 to $300,000. I know a lot of people have been discussing this. So that is if history repeats, and then it should gradually come down going into another bear market following this trend line. So last bull run, the price of Bitcoin was well below the stock to flow line, and it didn't cross that line until end of 2017, where it really blew past that line, going up to $20,000 Bitcoin, and then gradually correcting down into the bear market. So we can see this time the price of Bitcoin is actually right on top of the stock to flow line. So this is actually the first time we've gone well below it with this market crash, and there was definitely a lot of FUD and manipulation, and I do believe we will be on the rise again. So there was a 4chan topic that pretty much called this out exactly. I did go over this pretty much the day after it happened. There was another update on this, but as Alex Becker went over this, he did state now that this has worked out and no one really knew about this, now they can post again and really do the opposite, really screwing everyone over. So they are claiming Bitcoin's going to drop to $25,000 is the next target, and then from there start recovering and going back up during this bull market. So the first post here did call pretty much Bitcoin would drop exactly to around $30,000 and instantly recover. They even said they project Bitcoin getting to new all-time highs, hitting $70,000 very fast. So there was a lot of FUD. Quick recap here. Elon Musk was pretty much the beginning of this, announcing Tesla would not be accepting Bitcoin payments anymore. Then there was news about China banning cryptocurrency business. Treasury calls for crypto transfers over $10,000 to be reported to the IRS. There was another day of bad news with China as well. So there was also a Bitcoin technical analysis video going around calling out the Wyckoff distribution, which pretty much lined up exactly with the Bitcoin chart. On top of the Tesla, Elon Musk FUD, and then everything else that happened, it was pretty much the perfect storm, and this actually did play out perfectly. Of course, this could have definitely added to the panic as well. So while this was a major market correction, there's definitely some manipulation in play. I don't believe this current bull market is over. I do believe we're going to be entering a cool-off phase here, possibly for the next couple months, where just certain coins will be moving a lot, but the crypto space in general, I don't think is going to be breaking all-time highs. Of course, that 4chan article did call this would be a quick correction back to new Bitcoin all-time highs of around $70,000. So I do believe in the summer, once we're getting a lot of major blockchain upgrades like the Ethereum update, Cardano launching the mainnet, Polkadot updates, and other major developments in the crypto space like Visa and MasterCard and more mass adoption, big announcements of institutions buying Bitcoin, that's really when we're going to start seeing a recovery. We could see a couple more peaks before the actual peak retail FOMO peak that we will see at some point end of 2021 or 2022. If this does historically follow the stock to flow model here, I do think we will be entering a green phase like this again, well above the stock to flow line, above $100,000. So we do have to keep in mind cryptocurrency is very volatile. Even in bull markets, we're going to have major pullbacks and corrections, especially with major manipulation at play. There's many institutions and elites in the world that want to get a lower entry point on Bitcoin before they know what's coming. So a post here, lessons from 2017, the 40% pullbacks are meant to shake you out before the 300% run-ups. So even in the last bull run, we did have a couple of major corrections like this throughout 2017 before we really peaked out with retail FOMO hitting nearly $20,000 Bitcoin. And I do think in that bull run, we were greatly overextended for where the crypto space was at. So another post here I definitely agree with. Where we're currently at is right after the first major sell-off during this bull market. We are in the awareness phase. Where a lot of institutions are starting to get in. We have to keep in mind a extremely small percent of companies in the world actually own Bitcoin so far, and there's only a couple that have really gone in heavy, like Tesla and MicroStrategy, among a few others. So if we do continue following this chart, we should enter a mania phase, probably end of 2021. This is when we start getting Visa and MasterCard and all kinds of other developments, Cardano's mainnet launching and all kinds of other stuff. So it is interesting how some of these project updates actually line up with this as well, almost as if it's planned. So if we do enter this phase, I do believe we'll be getting close to that 8 to 12 trillion crypto global market cap at that peak. Of course, we can't time this out perfectly, but I do believe the bull market is not over yet if we are following the stock to flow model and other historical data. I definitely think one or two more corrections is definitely possible before the peak of this current bull market as well. So another great indicator here that we are going to be on the recovery, Bitcoin whale, who sold at $58,000, has reaccumulated 3,521 Bitcoin. The whale sold off 3,000 Bitcoin on May 9th for an average price of $58,500. They began to reaccumulate less than 1 week later. So they didn't time it out perfectly, but they definitely expected a major market correction, which did play out. And now they're definitely have accumulated a lot more Bitcoin because of this. We do have to keep that in mind as well. A lot of the money that's leaving Bitcoin and altcoins is going into stablecoins like Tether and USDT. So there's billions of dollars in stablecoins waiting on the sidelines for a better entry point on Bitcoin and altcoins so they can accumulate more coins and then ride that up to the next peak. There are traders that trade like this regularly. Personally, I just hold long term. I earn passive income on cryptocurrencies where I can. I only do midterm trading with a very small percent of my portfolio, and this is usually in altcoins, not Bitcoin or Ethereum. I do see much higher profit potential in altcoins. So I do recommend you guys have a good entry strategy and exit strategy so you can take profits along the way, and then be prepared for major market crashes like this and take this as opportunity instead of stressing out about this and panic selling. So I do believe this was the perfect storm with all the meme coin hype and all the new retail investors recently getting in after Saturday Night Live. These are people that don't understand cryptocurrency. They're just jumping in because they're hearing people turning $1,000 into $50,000 or even $1 million and more I've heard of just from a small investment. So these are exactly the people that are falling for this and getting shaken out. This post here, TikTok noobs absolutely baffled of what's going on. Someone said, hi, I bought Doge for 5,000. Now when I sell, I'm getting 2,500. Do you know why? How do I get my money back? I am new to crypto. So this is definitely the type of retail investors that the manipulation is trying to shake out. All the new people that don't understand crypto and they think it's going to zero, that they're going to lose all their money. They're not used to this volatility, all the new money in the markets, and it really ended up working out in their favor. Tesla announcing that Bitcoin wouldn't be accepted as payment, lining up with that Wyckoff distribution technical analysis signal, along with the China FUD and everything else happening. It just ended up being the perfect storm. And we really didn't have too major of a market correction yet during this current bull market. And as we can compare this to the previous bull market, there was a couple major corrections before things really started taking off, really breaking out above the stock to flow line here. So I definitely think things are going to be looking up. We could be in a cool off phase. There could be even more dips in the future depending on regulations and tax laws. We have no idea what's to come with that. So I am taking this as opportunity to buy the dip. I'll continue buying the major dips if the prices do stay down. And I do think things are going to be looking great end of 2021 here. Even if it doesn't and we enter another bear market, I'm just staking and lending and earning passive income on my crypto just to accumulate more crypto over time, and we'll continue dollar cost averaging. So I do see this as great opportunity with this current market crash, and I do believe we could be on a steady rise now, or at least entering a cool off phase. So that's it for today's video. Just a quick update on the markets and the market crash and why I think the bull market is not over and we haven't entered a bear market yet. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found it useful. If you guys know anyone in panic or anything that needs to see this video, definitely send them this video. I do appreciate you guys sharing the video. It does help the channel grow as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.